James. I'm the initial and inventor of the HiGro system. I will demonstrate how to assemble the column, the tower as we refer to, and then hope that you will be able to do the same. Trust that you'll be able to do the same in your own space. As far as the growing medium is concerned, what we're using coconut fiber, which is basically the husk of the coconut, which is milled into a fine granulated formulation, and it's compressed into what we call a donut. That's inside this plastic sleeve. The plastic sleeve has a cable tie at the top and the bottom for sealing off the unit, and what's important about this plastic sleeve is the plant holes. These apertures should face upwards, so the orientation is important when you are assembling the column segments. So the process is as follows. Insert the column segment from the bottom, making sure your orientation is correct with the foam seal at the bottom. Insert it all the way up, and then what you do is that you drag the cable tie up so that seam is situated comfortably in the shoulder. Then you drag it up, not too tight, just make it firm. Invert the column and repeat the process on the bottom end. Just make sure that the plastic seam is evenly spaced around the column segment, and then you drag that up nice and tight as you can go, in fact. Now that's going to be waterproof, and that's the objective. So what we do is we repeat the process for all 8 modules. The next step is to insert the column segments to form the tower. So what you do is a tongue and groove type scenario. So you just stick the top into the one beneath it and twist. There's an interlocking mechanism that will ensure that the column stays together. So you insert until the shoulders meet, and then you twist, and you'll feel the locking mechanism. And you proceed until all 8. Insert till it's flush and twist. Insert, twist. So the column is assembled, and the next step is to suspend the column on an appropriate fixture. What we do now is we take the cable which is provided. It's quite important that you get this right. In that, there's a wire hook on one end of the cable. That is to suspend the irrigation column. That seed needs to be at the top, as well as the securing cap. So all you do is you insert the other end all the way down to that point. Insert the steel pin into the side of the column segment. But what's important is that you must catch the loop of the cable that you've inserted into the central column. Push the steel pin all the way through to the other end. Suspend the column from an appropriate fixture that should be able to handle the weight of I would say an adult. The column, when it's hydrated, will sort of end up weighing about 25 kilograms, so it must be quite a substantial fixture that you hang the column from. Suspend the irrigation column by using the stainless steel clip at the top of the column, and what you do is you use the piece of cord provided at 2 points along the column. Just to loosely support the irrigation line. Tie it off at intervals down the column, and these can be repositioned according to your requirements. Simply slipping it over the bottom of the central core and push it up until you hear a click. There's a small aperture on the side of the drip tray. That must align with your irrigation pipe. So what you do then is there's a cable tie provided, and again fix the irrigation line to the drip tray using the little cable tie provided. Then these are called spiders. And what they have is a little bit of pipe with a disc on either end. There's 4 provided. Insert the 4-way splitter onto the top of the dripper, and then what you do is you insert the tags into the sleeve. Now what's important is that there are 2 lines or 2 rows of holes. You've got smaller holes at the top of the sleeve, and you've got your planting holes which are further down. Now what you need to do is you need to insert the disc into the top row of holes, because you don't want to use the ones where you're going to plant your plants. And what you do is you insert on opposite ends of the module, right? And it's 2 per module. Remember, put it in the top row of holes, not in the bottom holes, because those will be taking your plants. Right, and all you do then is you just repeat your procedure. And the procedure is to pump water through the column, and the water will soften the growing medium and it will expand into a fully hydrated module. So we've got 2 options here. We can either use the compression sprayer. It'll take about 4 of these to fully hydrate the column. These are 5-litre compression sprayers, and they are provided, but you can switch your own. What you do is you need to connect the appropriate connection which is provided in the pack, and that is inserted into the bottom of the irrigation line. It's a friction fit, so just make sure that it's nice and firm. Connected to the irrigation line. I think it's important just to help the modules hydrate by gently massaging the sleeve and just spreading the moisture. Even a good option is to move the dripper to an area where perhaps it's not hydrating as fast. So just replace or move the dripper to that area so that the moisture can filter down and hydrate that part of the coir disc, just to accelerate the expansion. But gentle massage just to even the medium around the module. You can take the time to straighten the sleeve if it's askew. But this process should take about 20 minutes, and you should use about 20 liters of water to hydrate the modules at most. Make a nice deep hole so that you don't affect the roots. They mustn't J-root. In other words, they mustn't bend backwards on themselves, otherwise you won't get effective production. So make a nice deep hole with your thumb or forefinger. Insert it nice and deep. Deeper than the length of the plug, and then you collapse the medium around the plantlet to ensure that there's contact between the coir, which is the growing medium in the bag, and the roots of the plant. I supply enough fertilizer for a single crop. It's 2-part fertilizer. You've got your A and your B components, and then lastly we supply a measuring spoon. And what we need to do is you need to give 2 level teaspoons of the B fertilizer and 1 level teaspoon of the A fertilizer. And all you do is you per 5 liters of water per irrigation. Level teaspoon, pop it into the compression sprayer. Make sure that the packets are sealed, because they are hygroscopic and it will absorb moisture and become porridgy. That's the A part, one of those, 2 of the B part fertilizer. Ensure that the packet is closed again, and then top up your compression sprayer to the 5 litre mark. Give it a good shake, make sure that the fertilizer is dissolved.